Did you know that in 1883 in the state of Pennsylvania, there was a law that said that any unclaimed cadavers after 36 hours could be donated to science? This is interesting because in that time frame, you had many institutions where individuals who were deemed incompetent or not of perfect nature were sent to institutions such as Penhurst, and they did not have any family members upon their deaths to claim them. So they were finding that a lot of people were not being claimed and they had nowhere to store them. So they created this act in an attempt to end that overcrowding of unclaimed bodies. And in the case of Penhurst, many of them that were unclaimed were donated to science. Pennsylvania does have a collection of cadavers. They do keep records, and many of them tell where those cadavers went. So we know about where they went. Now, when you look at the records, you can find that if they were claimed after they were used, then they would be returned, and they would have a return information. It says return to family or something of that nature. Or they would have their number, and that cadaver number would then be able to be traced through the cadaver system. But many places, since they've been using cadavers for a really long time, don't have any record of where those cadavers went afterwards. So if they were never returned back to the registry, then we don't know where they went. In one such case, I have a family member that I found her information. She was in Penhurst. She passed away there, and she was donated to science because her family did not claim her. And in her record, it shows her number, and it says that she was sent to Philadelphia, and she went to the Philadelphia's school. So I contacted the school records, and they indicated to us that most times when bodies were used for cadavers, they were cremated. And because they were unclaimed, they would donate them or inter them in the poor man's cemeteries. Now, Philadelphia has about 4 of them. So finding out which one she's in is going to be near to impossible because they don't have those records anymore. And that was from the 20s and 30s and 40s. So we don't have those records anymore. And that's what I was told by the collections. So in some cases, if you do contact the certain school that you see the cadaver got sent to, you will be able to find out where that cadaver was interred at. Some schools did keep those records, but many schools did not keep those records. So this Unclaimed Cadaver Act solved the problem, but also, as with any act, it created some more problems. And back then, we just didn't really care about those people. So our goal, at least my goal, is to see if we can find out where those cadavers ended up. And if we can't find them, then there is a goal to try and create a memorial for them so that they do have a place. I completely got off on a tangent, but this Unclaimed Cadavers Act of 1883 intrigued me, and it kind of brought back that home of I've been searching for Penhurst families, and I have found only a few of them. And this Cadaver Act reminded me of that particular situation. So enjoy. I will tell her story later. I do have her up on my blog at the Cemetery Mom. So there is an entire article about Penhurst that I am adding, and I'm keeping record of those people that I have found through the records. And as 1950s records comes out, because 1950 census comes out this year, I will make sure that I can track everybody, and maybe I can find some more. And once I have the project going, then I will update everyone on that too, because I have a fellow caring person who wants to work with me on it, and we are talking about it. So, and she came up with the idea, so I gotta give her credit. Denise. So That is the 1883 Act, along with a little bit of Pennhurst information.